Minutes with Uncle Russ. Hello everybody, this is Uncle Russ coming to you live from Koh Samui in the beautiful but very warm country of where? Thailand, that's correct. How's your week been? Man, it's been a week of more pluses than minuses. Besides the heat, really amazing week. Just so many good things. Just a shout out to everybody that's following us and helping us and getting behind the things that we're doing. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate all that you do for us. Amen. Amen. So, I had to quickly check this word, how to pronounce it correctly. And come on, now be honest. Did you know what this word meant? Because I didn't. So I've got another story from our dear friend Aesop and his Aesop's Fables. And this was called Avaricious and Envious. Look at that. Do you know that word? Wow, done if you did. Avaricious and envious. And I'll tell you exactly what it means in a moment. Amen. So, two neighbors came before Jupiter and prayed to him to grant their heart's desires. Now one was full of avarice and the other eaten up with envy. So, if you're not sure what avaricious is or avarice, is to be covetous or greedy. Greedy. So one was full of greed, and the other one was full of envy. The avaricious man prayed to have a room full of gold. No sooner said than done. Wait, let me go back. So to punish them both, Jupiter granted that each might have whatever he wished for, but only on condition that his neighbor had twice as much. Yeah, we nearly missed that part. The avaricious man prayed to have a room full of gold. No sooner said than done, but all his joy was turned to grief when he found out that his neighbor had 2 rooms full of the precious metal. Then came the turn of the envious man, who could not bear to think that his neighbor had any joy at all. So he prayed that he might have one of his own eyes pulled out, by which means his companion might become totally blind. Now, what's the moral of the story? Vices are their own punishment. But I mean, how ridiculous that you would be prepared, because of your greed and what you want, even to the point that, yeah, as long as they can have twice as much, or to spite the other one, pull your own eye out, gouge your own eye out so that the other person can be totally blind. Sounds familiar, hey? Yeah, I mean, I meet people all the while and I see people that are so avaricious and envious that they would do anything not to see other people prosper or enjoy or be blessed. It just gets to them. Why is that? Why is this natural aversion to not want somebody else to have anything? You know, you buy a car and somebody else gets a bigger, faster car, and oh, I can't believe it. It's so sad. Yeah. Avaricious and envious. So, what does the Bible have to say about all of these things? Oh, so covetous or greedy. What are you coveting from your neighbor? What do you wish you had that they have? You know, very often you see people with a whole lot of stuff, and the assumption is that they're flush. Show me the money, 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 money. And maybe they've had to sacrifice certain things to get what they have, or they've just put themselves into debt so that they can maybe impress other people. It's difficult to say. We're not to judge. We don't know. Maybe there was a windfall and they got a whole lot of mullah and they're able to get what they've always wanted, or vice versa. They fall victim to one of these financial institutions. Huh? Yes, So let's see what this all has to say. So let's deal with avariciousness, covetousness, and greediness. All nesses. Exodus 20 verse 17 says this: you shall not covet your neighbor's house, or you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male servant, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's. Just be happy for them. Hey? We're so busy wanting things and wanting others not to have anything. There's more than enough for everyone. Colossians 3 verse 5. Therefore put to death your members which are on the earth: fornication, uncleanness, passion, evil desire, covetousness, which is idolatry. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. See, when we become covetous, then we are committing the sin of idolatry. So we need to be careful, honestly. Just be happy for people. That is why certain industries do so well, because they have little deviants that do all their marketing for them, and they make something seem so attractive. VIP treatment. Hi, Mr. Watson. We are very happy to notify you that you've now become one of our VIP clients, and we are going to extend your overdraft facilities to... Not only that, we will give you credit facilities to the value of... And we go, what? Can't believe it. Yes. Snap, 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 scan, swipe, whatever you want to call it. And we just go, soup, 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 soup. And then, at the end of the month, yes, time to pay up, Baba. And you find out whether you are purchasing a vehicle or a home. And I mean, let's face it, it's pretty difficult nowadays to buy a house cash, unless it's the size of a doghouse. And even then it can be expensive. Or a car. But you know what? We must live within our means. Otherwise, all we're going to do is end up in all kinds of financial dwang. Right? In the Amplified Version, Luke 12, verse 15 says this: Then he said to them, watch out, guard yourselves against every form of greed. For not even when one has an overflowing abundance does his life consist of, nor is it derived of his possessions. We seem to have a tendency to equate the quality of life or the quality of a person's character based on what they have. Now, sadly, there are people that have a lot of things, but their characters are wanting. Dog eat dog. And so you find that sometimes, not always, sometimes, the reason that they have what they is because they've traveled or trampled other people that have been in their ways in order for them to achieve what they want. So the Bible here warns us, be careful. Take ye heed. Proverbs 15 verse 27 says this: He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes will live. And I see it all the time. Doesn't matter which country in, what you do. You know, say, show me the money, I give you the honey. Even when you're not supposed to have the honey. Just show me the money. What was that movie? What was that movie? I can't remember. Show me the money! If you remember the movie, send me a little message. Okay. Do we hate bribes, or do we use it as a way out of getting into trouble? Remember, every decision that we make has a consequence. And sometimes it's so important to face those consequences. I mean, I know of incidences where people have been enabled by others. They get themselves into trouble, and then not once, twice, 3 times, somebody would come to their rescue for the very same problem. Now, I always say, if you've made an error or mistake and you've learned from it, no problem. But if it's a cycle, let's say you send me money, and you send me, let's say I'm stuck in a place, and you send me money, and I say, I'm stuck here, I need to get out of this place, I need to get transportation, so you send me, you buy me the ticket for the transportation, and you send me the money to get out of my situation. Hey? And then what do? I do a runner. And then not once do I do it a second time. And then the third time. I promise you, with every fiber in my being and every form of sincerity, I promise you, this will never happen again. I'm so appreciative of what you've done. And you, the sucker, go and do it again. And I run for the third time. Okay? Now, one of 2 things is wrong over here. Either I'm the sucker because I can't discern the fact that you are using and abusing my generosity. Number 2, I'm enabling you not to take responsibility for the poor decisions that you make. And number 3, you just don't respect anyone or anything, and you use them for your own selfish gain. Russ, don't be like that. The second part is envious. Proverbs 15 verse 30 says this: a sound heart is life to the body, but envy is rottenness to the bone. Just let it go. Don't be envious of what people have. It doesn't matter whether you think they deserve it or not. Are you any better than them having done wrong to get what they want by being envious? You must remember, sin is sin. There's not different levels. You've got a white sin and I've got a black sin. You've got a little sin and I've got a big sin. It doesn't work like sin is sin. And envy is a sin. James 3:16. For where envy and self-seeking exist, confusion and every evil thing are there. Because sometimes envy causes us to become jealous, and then we get resentful, and then we become hateful. And hatred can lead to very bad things. Not excluding grievous bodily harm to the point of killing somebody. Very dangerous. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 4 says this. How's this? Again, I saw that for all toil and every skillful work, a man is envied by his neighbor. This is also vanity and grasping for the wind. So you may just be a hard worker, really working hard. You get to work on time, you put your hours in. Not only do you just work according to the clock, but you give over and above. Customers love you because your service is good, the bosses appreciate you, your management, you're easy to work with, and the company prospers, and you get a promotion for your hard work. And the other person, can't believe it. Brown-nosing the boss again. That's why they got the increase and got the promotion. What about me? And macky, yucky. No, they just worked harder than you. They wanted to be truthful and honest in giving their fair labor for a fair wage that they received. Beg your pardon. And you know what we actually need to be? We need to be satisfied and content. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 says this: love suffers long. Love is patient and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up. That's just key. If you truly love God, you love your neighbor and you love yourself, there won't be a single envious bone or jealous bone or greedy bone in your body. Why? Because if you truly love God and you loved your neighbor, you would be happy for what your neighbor gets, what God blesses them with, what God blesses you with. And so you'll walk in contentment and be able to love yourself, knowing that you got fair wages and fair treatment for what you did. Come on, Luke 6:38. I know you're going to say that's like that. No, just listen before you get all crazy. Give, and it will be given to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. If you truly, unconditionally love people, forgive people, encourage people, build up people, be happy for people, don't be jealous of people, don't be envious of people. In other words, whatever you give into their lives will just come back to you. Don't look so surprised. It's true. Try that. Try a little bit of kindness, goodness. You will be surprised. Love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness. Just try it. What have you got to lose? You've got to lose envy, jealousy, and greediness. And that's worth losing. Amen. Philippians 4:11 to 12. Not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. I know how to be abased. I know how to be abound. Everywhere and in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and suffer need. You know something? If we just consider the sufferings and difficulties that we go through from time to time, it's an incredible blessing in this. And you're going to say, oh, Russ, how can suffering be a blessing? Let me tell you something. If you've suffered anything and you've learned from it, it's a lesson well earned. Because going forward, it'll give you the experience to make better decisions if it was based on a bad decision. And even better than that, you're now in a position of authority and to be able to share with others that are going through what you've been through. In other words, you can encourage them, don't worry, yes, it's tough now, but you're going to get through this thing, and you're going to look back and you're going to think, wow, God, you were with me all along. You see, it's a win-win all the way. And so I want to end with this. Hebrews 13 verse 5. Let your conduct be without covetousness. Be content with such things as you have, for he himself has said, I will never leave nor forsake you. Boom. That's it. Cool. So enjoy your week. For those of you that are going into a little bit of a holiday period, I believe over the next few days in Thailand, there's going to be holiday time to take off. If it's just Friday and you're going to have your weekend off, yes, go ahead and enjoy it, but don't overindulge. Don't use substances to quell your envy and to quell your greediness. Because you know what happens? Inevitably, when you take those things, instead of it quelling it, it actually aggravates even more. And there may even be a tendency towards violence because these things are just spinning in your head. Let it go. And then tomorrow, Saturday, spend time off, enjoy it, do all your little DIY chores and go to sport. And spend time with the family, because you know, time lost it's lost. There's a saying that goes, time and tide waits for no man. And it's very true. When time is gone, it's gone. You don't get to... What was that song? If I could save time in a bottle. That's right, Leonard Cohen, I think that was. If I could save time in a bottle. Sorry about the out of tune thing, but we always have to remember, let me know. And then Sunday. This last week we learned about, from Palm Sunday, how people's joy and excitement at their coming Messiah turned into anger and envy and greed and violence and murder. And you know what? Jesus took it all for you and I, so that we can be set free from our sinful life and we can be reconciled back to our Father. Isn't that so cool? Yeah, of course it is. Come on, man. You wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. No. So, get together on Sunday. It's time for family. Men, take up your responsibility as the spiritual head of your home. Yes, you, priest, prophet, and king in your home. Teach your wife, teach your children. Hear what God's saying as being the prophetic voice in your family. And as the king, treat your wife as the queen. And you know something, whatever you say, what did it say over there? I'll say it again. Luke 6 verse 38. Give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. Bless you. Thank you. And remember, if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. This is Uncle Russ signing off until next time. Have an absolute blessed weekend and see you soon.